Well, we have a Surok and Gorklaw and a handful of monster kaijus. We only have 7 mana to play with, though. So let's make it count and go Serpent of the Yawning Depths. And that seems like a good number. Yeah. Like, oh my goodness. Good game, good game. Hello, friends. Welcome. I'm Average Zen, your host of Average Zen Presents. Bring it in for the big Zen community group hug. It is a Brawlin Friday. We are bringing the good energy into the queue. And before we do that and let you know about our deck for this session, we are going to ask you, if you haven't already, hit that like, subscribe, comment, follow. It helps us out here at this channel. And it means so much to us that you guys are a part of our community. Speaking of, Terrogen, hello, welcome. It goes well, thank you. Let's talk about our deck for this session. We are playing Arixmethes, the Slumbering Isle. Yes, I don't know if you've heard of this one before. I was reading an article a few weeks back about unique commanders to try to build around, to try to spice up your gameplay, your deck building. And this one was on the list, and I said, you know what? I've been looking askance at this card for a while. I wonder what we do with it. So let's find out what I did with it. Arixmethes, the Slumbering Isle, is a 12/12 legendary kraken for 4 mana, Simic colors, 2 colors, a blue and a green. But there's a big catch. It enters tap with 5 slumber counters on it. As long as Arixmethes has a slumber counter on it, it's a land. It's not a creature. It specifically says not a creature. Whenever you cast a spell, you may remove a slumber counter from Arixmethes. Here's the thing. It taps for green-blue. It's a 4 mana legendary mana rock that you can have in your command zone. That's what Arixmethes is. That is what I've discovered. And so we have 2 things going on. Number 1, we're trying to untap Arixmethes to take advantage of the double mana. And then we're trying to cast big stuff. Because we're just going to ramp into our commander, which ramps us some more into big stuff. There is definitely a theme going on here with Leviathans, Krakens, and all that good stuff. We're going to go full-on theme with Kiora, Best of Sea God, makes a Kraken, and then we have things like Stormtide, Leviathan, 8/8, Island Walk. All lands are islands in addition to their other types. Creatures without flying or Island Walk can't attack. We got like Slin Voda, the Rising Deep, is another Leviathan. Kicker of 2. When it enters, if it was kicked, return all creatures to their owner's hands except for merfolk, krakens, leviathans, octopi, and serpents. We have serpents in the way of Coma, Cosmos Deep. We have Starwinder, a new leviathan. It says whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw that many cards. If we get in with a 12/12, we get to draw 12 cards. Today, speaking of getting in there with a 12/12, we have Thassa, God of the Sea, can make a creature unblockable. There's a single one of Fey Flight in here, can give our Arixmethes, should they happen to become a creature, flying and hexproof until end of turn for a little protection. We have Heroic Intervention because that's my biggest thing. This thing dies to a demolition field when it's a land. It dies to a sneeze of a bitter triumph. Once it becomes a creature, you have to protect it. That's why you get the most use out of it just using it as a land, and also having fun with Leviathans and Krakens. I mean, come on, we have Summon Leviathan in here. Return each creature that isn't a Kraken, Leviathan, Merfolk, Octopus, or Serpent to its owner's hand. In my initial build of this deck, I had a lot more Merfolk, but really the only ones you need are Kiora's Follower to untap Arixmethes, Forensic Researcher to untap Arixmethes, and yeah, that's it. Let's take it into the queue. If you want the full deck list, you can always hit exclamation deck in chat or hover over. If you're following with us on Twitch at AverageZen Presents. If you're watching at AverageZen on YouTube, you can always hit that video description. It'll give you the ARC deck link for you. And you can hit the like and subscribe while you're there. That wouldn't help us out. Great, like 80% of you, you know, you don't do it. You watch the deck list and you're like, okay, that's a good idea. I'll give that a shot. Or this guy's on crack, you know. But I like some of these cards. Or lately, hey, I wanted to know about your thumbnails, but and who the artist was. But there is no artist because it's AI. Like, oh, come on, man. I don't have an art budget. I don't. At this point, this is an income sink for me, not an income source. Okay, let's go with this. I think it is doable. We have card draw. We have ramp. All right, we got the coast. The coast with the most. That will let us brainstorm at the end of their turn. We're up against the magpie. When it enters, exiling a number of other creatures controlled by different players until a Brawl leaves the battlefield. Okay, well, that is actually not going to affect us at all. We currently don't have any creatures. Oh, I speak too soon. Let's get rid of you. This is a tough call. I think we go Vivian Reed and get rid of Kiora. I think that's the weakest part of our hand here. Okay, and then we go land. We keep the Kiora, but we are going to get rid of the Vivian Reed and grab a Arixmethes. And I think we can pitch the negate. We really want to hit another land next turn. Oh, Charming Prince, very nice. I'm doing the scrying bit. Alright, so they got a Blinky McGrill a bunch. Oh, and we just got the Kiora as well, the Kiora's follower, and we have a Kiora. I think we go Breeding Pool, pay the 2 life, cast our commander, they come in, and now we have 1, 2, we have 6 mana at our disposal next turn. So what do? Alright, we have 7 mana at our disposal next turn. We go Kiora's thingy, the Crashing Waves. Charming Prince can't hurt us. Ristic Study. It will ask every single turn if you want to remove a slumbering counter. Like, I cannot think of a situation where I would not want to remove the slumbering counter. Okay, they blow up our Ristic Study. Fair enough. Charming Prince still can't deal any damage. Alright, we hit a Flooded Strand. Let's grab ourselves an island. And go Kiora's follower. Take action, yep. And we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lands available. I want to go -1. Let's live life dangerously. Okay, that was actually perfect. That was perfect. All right, we got a forest. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And that gets us the Reservoir Kraken. And we'll take action. Alright, now we have creatures. Look at us go. We got a fish. I mean, that being said, they could do some fancy stuff probably with their current setup. But I think we may be able to eke out a victory here. Well, they're coming at you, Kiora. They're looking at you. Well, we definitely block there on the Lauren. Next priority is getting rid of the Ether Channeler. Alright, so we tap you. Alright. We play Delighted Halfling. Yeah, we'll take action. We untap Arixmethes. Go to combat. They take 12. Alright, we have 4. We still don't have enough, do we? Still don't have enough. Alright, let's hold up Etherize. Alright, well, yeah, they gotta do what? To get rid of our commander? That's fine, we'll take action. Alright, well, I'm not exactly sure what we expected to happen there. What's going on now? Alright. Why did it not let me tap the Delighted Halfling? Why didn't it auto-tap the Delighted Halfling? Why did it not tap the Delighted Halfling? God darn it, auto-tapper, you are screwing around. Okay, alright, cool. Tap with the Delighted Halfling, they say. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen next. I mean, they have a bunch of things they want to blink, but I'm not seeing any way to actually blink them. Alright, it's our turn. Alright, we tap this for a green. We cast our commander. Alright, we tap this guy. We untap. And that's all we can do, right? Uh-huh. Alright, they have a Yasharn. I mean, their whole plan is just steal our stuff over and over and over again, right? What if all of our stuff is terrible? And what if all of our stuff is terrible? Except for our commander. Okay. Well, at least we got Guardian Project and a Kraken. Epic Interlude, alright, they do that. Alright, cool. That happened. And then they do all this all over again. I'm glad they're tapped out at least, except for the Arcane Signet, right? Oh boy, they got the Delighted Halfling. This may take a while. Value Town, they said we have achieved it. with the Lagrel the Magpie. Alright, and we got another land. Alright, well, let's go Guardian Project. Take action. Alright, Kiora's Follower. Take action. Reservoir Kraken. Take action, draw a card. Hey, it's a land. Alright, they've done it. I mean, we've got so much land at this point. What is the point of bouncing Guardian Project? Oh boy, now they're going to bounce Meteor Golem over and over and over again. Okay. Well, I didn't say it was a winning deck. I said it was a challenge deck. Well, we got to see what happens when our opponent gets to go off. And their whole plan is just keep us from ever having a board. You shall not get things. I am the only one allowed to have things. Zoo Ifit, Osteoharmonist. Is this the one that makes everything zombies? Yeah. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's a skeleton in addition to its other types. It has no abilities. Activate only as a sorcery. So expect big creatures into the graveyard. Come back. I like this hand. I can't believe it didn't auto-tap Delighted Halfling. We ended up getting countered because of that. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's go Breeding Pool. Pay 2 life. Do the Delighted Halfling. Alright, very nice. Okay, we got Llanowar Elf. And we can even hold up the Heritage No, stop that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, Mesmeric Orb. Okay. Well, we will definitely be destroying that. Alright, so we have that taken care of. Let's go ahead and get Arixmethes down. And now can get in there with a Llanowar Elf. And then that means Sorok and Goreclaw come down next turn. Fun times ahead. We have the Hunger Tyrant. Alright. Let's do that. Sorok and Goreclaw. And we'll remove a counter. No sense in attacking. Hullbreaker Horror will probably break their back. They go for ramp. We may take 7 damage here. Yeah, most likely they just kill. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. They'd probably just kill Gloomsower. Hold on, what is a Gloomsower? That's an 8/6. I see. Where's our Bazooka Bog now? We're not playing black, but where is it? No attacks. We're gonna hold up all of our mana. And let's go ahead and do what? I think we let them do that. Alright, and then they have to discard. They discarded an oversold cemetery. Interesting. Alright, well, we're going to Hullbreaker Horror. And block the 7/2 with a 7/8. Yeah. Go big, Arixmethes. Bringing in your fellow deep sea kaijus. Speaking of which, cannot wait for the Peacemaker Season 2 debut. Good games indeed. Yeah. It's a good. I gotta tell you, I wasn't expecting much when I started watching Peacemaker, and I was blown away. Okay, the series. Say what you want about the DC cinematic universe. I didn't love Peacemaker in the Suicide Squad, but I thought him and Idris Elba got along so well, and apparently they did too. They did a head of state movie or something, a comedy about them being presidents and prime ministers. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, Peacemaker, love it, love it. All right, we'll do this. Herd Heirloom, that gives our guy Trample, Arixmethes. Let's just go ahead and go Breeding Pool, tapped. And I think that leads into a Farseek. Yorian. Oh, so we have another Blink Commander. Alright, we get the Surveil. Summon Leviathan seems like a great payoff for all of our lands here. That's a Final Fantasy card. Cold Steel Heart, nice. Alright, first and foremost, we do our commander. And we have a Vivian Reed to take care of any errant enchantments and or artifacts. They seem to be building up a lot over there. And a Ristic Study, I think that's got to go. Okay, well, in that case, we will pay the 1. We'll take action. And destroy the Ristic Study. And then we don't need to give them card advantage. And they don't currently have a way to get rid of Vivian Reed. Oh, but they do have a demolition field. Oh, my goodness. Alright, well, cool. At least we get ramped. Let's go Island. Yep. It ramped us. Yeah, so, you know, not a total. It could have been a Stone Rain. We will take action. Seal from Existence. Oh my goodness, on Vivian. Whoa. This violence is getting out of hand, man. This will not stand. Alright, well, let's go with Arixmethes again. They can only have one demolition field in their deck, right? And they're still, now they're on Yorian mana, but they don't have anything really they want to blink. Interesting. Alright, well, let's go Herd Heirloom. Yeah, we'll take action. Forensic Researcher. Take action. And then we're going to hold up our counterspell. That seems like smart blue maids type thing to do. Thassa Deep Dwelling is no-go. That will let them blink stuff every single turn, so they're going to have to use a counter here if they have it. Yeah, that'll let them blink Yorian every single turn, which will blink everything every single turn. We cannot allow that to become a thing. Alright, let us talk about Biden of Thassa. That will draw us some cards, and also can force them to attack into us, if we so choose. Let's go green and blue. And we'll remove the last counter from our Arixmethes and see if they have interaction with us. Well, they seem to be pondering something. Oh, don't fear the island, the Kraken Island. It'll be fine. Watch, are they gonna? Here's where they, if they block Arixmethes, this is where we show them the herd heirloom trick there. All right, now we give them trample, and no matter what, we draw cards. We draw off the forensic researcher from Bidnathasa. Now we're drawing off of herd heirloom and Bidnathasa from Arixmethes. Oh, it doesn't matter. The tails ended the herd heirloom trigger. What? It's fine, it's fine. We just get the one card then. Sunfall. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Alright then. We'll do that. They're down to just Yorion. They are down to a Yorion and incubator token. I think we've got this. So let's start out with Sorok and Goreclaw. All right, I'm pretty confident that that will speed the game up if they don't find removal off the top. Did they find removal off the top? They do have a Restless Anchorage. We need to keep that in mind too. Okay, it's just a sad robot. We're fine. Everything's fine. They do have enough, though, to boot up the Restless Anchorage with their Mana Rocks or the Incubator token. Not both. Or they could cast their Commander. Will they cast Yorion? I think if they boot up, they have to know if they boot up the Restless Anchorage, it just gets run over, right? I would have cast Yorion there. At least it's got a bigger booty. So we have 3, 6, 7 mana technically. Here's what I'm thinking. Let's further our game plan. Cast a 5 mana Nissa. Blow up the sad robot. Use herd heirloom to give Sorok and Goreclaw the ability to draw a card when it hits, and that way we draw 2 cards off of herd heirloom and Bidnathasa. Hopefully they don't draw into anything like instant speed removal. It's a gamble. We'll see. Alright, we'll draw some more cards. Best part of Magic the Gathering. Have we even got a Kelpie guide? Nice. Alright, they can boot up the Restless Anchorage and take out... Oh, but we just got a Hullbreaker. Never mind. It doesn't matter what they do now. It doesn't matter. They want things to go back to their hand, right? Counterspell on the Bird of Paradise. What? Oh, they are going to regret that. They are going to regret that. The bird. Oh, they just don't want us to attack into Nissa. Nissa is the least of your problems right now, Yorion. I promise you. Oh, they have a One Ring on top. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, we have a Sorok and Goreclaw and a handful of monster kaijus. We only have 6, 7 mana to play with, though. So let's make it count and go Serpent of the Yawning Depths. And that seems like a good number. Yeah. Like... Oh my goodness. Good game, good game. Massive, massive kaiju, massive leviathans, krakens, octopi, you name it, we got it. We've opened up the fish market. Good game. Alright, let's do it again. I can't believe they killed our land with they killed our commander with a demolition field. How many games can you say that happened in? Tom Bombadil is going to love sagas. If there's like what 6 counters on a saga, then it gets indestructible or hexproof and indestructible. 4 or more lore counters, and then when the final chapter hits on a saga, he gets looking for another random saga. So he just keeps on telling his stories, man. I like this. We got Unstoppable Plan and Wilderness Reclamation. We got a Thassa God of the Sea. We got a Growth Spiral. We'll see what happens. This lets us untap all of our stuff. Now we even have an Ancient Tomb. What? Alright, Ancient Tomb, get in there. That was a good hit. Alright, that puts us well ahead of the curve here for Tom Bombadil. We already have 4 mana on board. Next turn we go 5. I think we slam Arixmethes next turn. Absolutely. Portent Tracker lets us untap Arixmethes. And then Unstoppable Plan lets us untap so we can hold up the mana drain. No, we're getting into combo territory now here. Efficient use of cards. Imagine that. Oh, we can cast a Coma. Okay, hold on. Let's do the things first. Let's go. Let's set up a board. If they somehow manage to take out Coma, then we don't want to be relying on one card. We'll go Wilderness Reclamation. Take action. That's going to let us untap Arixmethes as they are now. Nice. Okay, now we can hold up the mana drain. Jukai Naturalist gets mana drained. It absolutely gets mana drained. All right, and then this turn is going to be a big one. Oh my goodness. We were about to unload our entire massive hand right there, buddy. Oh man, that was going to be sweet. Oh well. Jukai Naturals can get out of hand. Maybe you think I'm silly for mana draining that, but that's a life-linking enchantment that makes all their other enchantments cost less. No, get out of here. That's a great turn two. Astor, Bearer of Blades. What? When Astor enters 4/4 Boros for 4. When it enters, look at the top 7 cards of your library, reveal equipment or vehicle cards from among them, put it into your hand. The rest on the bottom of your library in random order. Equipment you control have equip 1. Vehicles you control have crew 1. That sounds like a problem. Alright, well, let's go Elvis Mystic. We have a Kiora Bessa Sea God. We have this nifty new guy, Cloud Sculpt Armorer. Jellyfish Artificer 3/3. It's an alchemy card. When it enters, put a shield counter on target artifact or creature. Whenever one or more counters are removed from a permanent, you seek a non-land card. Seemed pretty much tailor-made for this deck. So let's go Scrying. Well, I like Fae Flight. We'll go Utopia Sprawl on our forest. Yep, that's fine. Make that a blue. Alright, we are flush with lands here. Alright, they have a Vindicator. Nice. Alright, well, let's go Arixmethes and no attacks. I think we go Armorer next turn into Kiora, or maybe Nissa. Now that they got that guy out there. No blocks. Jeez. Alright, yes, we go Cloud Sculpt Armorer, take action. We'll put the shield counter on Cloud Sculpt And we'll hold up Faith Light, no attacks. So now our armorer can take a hit without dying, should we need to. Sigarda's Aid, no, that's fine. Alright, we got the Hinterland Harbor. Let's go ahead and just cast Kiora, Best the Sea God. And then we get to seek a non-land card. And that's cool. Reclamation, Wilderness Reclamation is kind of what we wanted to see anyway. Oh, they have a Palantir. That's an orb. We let them draw. Yeah, you get to draw the card. Go for it. Alright, let's go Forest, Nissa, Boom Boom, Autopay, take action, and that will seek us a non-land card. That's a Forensic Researcher, beautiful. Alright, destroy the Palantir. Well, yeah, that removed a counter, so we got to do that. That card is nuts. Hey, you remove counters off of things, here's another card for you. Normally people want to put counters on things, but you're removing them? Yeah, here's a card. That's pretty funny. Alright, let's do it again. One more victory for the Arixmethes, the slumbering kaiju. Thank you, Terrigen. Victory indeed. I'll raise a toast. Tanuk, Memorial Ensign. This is a 3-mana Gruul commander that when they have multiple landfalls, they get to draw a card, and then it deals 1 damage to each opponent for every landfall. Yeah, we'll do this. Looks good. We got the Ristic Study. We got our Untapper for Arixmethes. We've even got a Cure to keep us from taking too much damage from a single source. Target permanent. Alright, here we are. Off to the races. Alright, hold up our Negate. Hold up our Into the Flood. Maybe, hopefully next turn, get a 3rd land. That's got to be in the cards, right? Lotus Cobra. Okay. Nope. Let's just go ahead and bounce that. Okay, we will get a 3rd land, but because we had the Rampant Growth for it. So let's go... I think we need an island. Man, Forensic Researcher already has evidence. Alright, Lotus Cobra gets them a green, and there they do have a play. Oh, the cub, the Scythecat cub. Oh, well, let's go ahead and get our commander down. So now we have 6 mana. Next turn. That looks great. Forensic Researcher into Ristic Study. Alright, here they go. Dealing damage. Drawing cards. Making cats grow. Making more mana. They're doing all the things they want to do. Feels good. Alright, well. It is now a 5/5 cub. Am I wrong? No, just get, yeah, double the counters. No, so it's a 4/4. Or are they going to put a counter on something else? I don't know. What's going on? There you go. Okay, so we take 6 definitely. And then do they ramp again? Do they have like a rampant growth? No? Okay, the party stops there. Not bad. We're down to 17. Alright, let's go Forensic Researcher. Take action. Ristic Study, take action, and then next turn, Kiora can just shut down the side cat, and then what? What do we do from there? Hold up the negate? Seems dubious. Alright, Entity Restoration. That's going to get them 2 more landfalls. And they do pay the 1. Alright, we have to sit here and wait for all their triggers. Very jazzy music to listen to though while we're at it. I dig it. Alright, we have more Cub triggers, more Lotus Cobra triggers. Let's let them play more stuff. Probably more ramp spells. Alright, they now have 5 men at their disposal. And they cultivate. Okay. Three days later. My goodness. Okay, they found a mountain in a forest. The search party is over. Now they have more triggers. Alright. 2 more mana to play with. They'll figure it out eventually. Alright, we're taking lethal damage if we don't do something here. I guess we block the 5/7. We wanted to have a good turn last turn. Oh, now they have a combat trick? What is going on? You gotta be kidding me. They have a Dreadmaw's Ire. They had it perfectly. They had every single card they needed. Oh my goodness. When they needed the interest restoration, when I said that they weren't going to be able to do too much to me, that I said if they have like a rampant growth or something, that changes the equation. And what do? They storm off on landfall cards. Oh man, they always have it. Why wouldn't they have it? Why wouldn't? And then the Dreadmaw's Ire with 1 mana left, untapped, after paying the 1 for Ristic Study. Go Shintai of Life's Origin. Let's go. Alright, let's see if we can get lucky here. That's a lot of lands. Hopefully that means we actually get to get into Stormtide Leviathan territory soon. Alright, come on, go Shintai. You're gonna bring back for Uberg enchantments from the graveyard to the battlefield. Whenever they make or cast a shrine spell, they get a little mini shrine, which ups their shrine count, which means they're probably playing shrines. Alright, we have Herd Heirloom. That puts us on our commander next turn. Not a bad place to be. Ristic Study and the rewind into Stormtide Leviathan. Alright, they shock in the Temple Garden for an Explore. Did they hit the 3rd land? They did. Oh. I thought we were going to be ahead for once. Oh, wait. We still can be, because we have a commander that ramps us. And a Farseek in our hand. Oh, there's the Jukai Naturalist. We've already had the mana leak mana drain one of those. Alright, so let's go Farseek. take the action, grab ourselves an island. Oh, a hedge maze. Hedge maze, that's what I meant. Elvis Mystic is kind of superfluous at this point, so we'll put that in the bin. We'll get rid of the Jukai Naturalist, because that's reducing the cost. Alright, we don't have a land to put in our battlefield, but it was worth it to get rid of the Jukai Naturalist. 2 mana for a 2 mana spell that's going to ramp them pretty much ahead on all their cards because they're all going to be enchantments. And it has lifelink. Ooh, alright, come on. Almog. Your Ghost Shintai deck is fine. You're in no threat from us. Under no threat from us. We just don't like your Jukai Naturalist. So they go with a Sithis Harvest and a Destiny Spinner. Oh, nice. Alright, those are 2 really good cards. Alright, well, let's go Broker's Hideout. Get another land. I'm going to go with a forest. Let's go Ristic Study. And that lets us hold up the rewind. Alright, well, Sterling Grove is definitely getting is definitely going to get hit with a rewind. No, are you kidding me? Why can't it? Oh, because the Destiny Spinner. Oh my god, we can't do it because of the Destiny Spinner. We cannot counter Sterling Grove. Oh, that is sick. That is sick. Alright then, well, let's just cast a Stormtide Leviathan then. That might do it. That might do it. Alright, they got the Ghost Shintai. They got their card draw. They've got their... I'm not going to get countered on any of my enchantments. But we do have a Kiora. And a Sanctum Weaver. Alright, alright. Do we get to draw a card finally off Ristic Study? Oh, that's wonderful. We got an Unable to Scream. That is beautiful. We cannot use that. Alright then, well, in that case, I think the answer is we draw a card. Alright, play Lair of the Hydra. And get in there with a Stormtide Leviathan. No, wait, no. The other mode, we want you to draw when you hit them for 8. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. All right, that leaves us 4 mana. I guess. What do we do with it? I guess we hold up Aetherize, Heroic Intervention, and Rewind if they cast a non-enchantment spell. Maybe they're thinking about attacking Kiora. They will find that hard to do with Stormtide Leviathan on the battlefield. And our commander still taps for 2 mana. Shark Typhoon is an enchantment. Alright, well, I don't think that's gonna matter. I think we can get around the Shark Typhoon. It does make creatures with flying. But then they didn't play a non-creature spell. They played the shrine that's a 2/2. Now we can't counter any of this stuff. We can't touch it because of Sterling Grove. Oh, hilarious. Alright, well, we can't counter that shrine either. Wonderful. Are they going to try to attack us? Okay. No, it's just our turn, huh? And we draw a Land of War elf off the top. Wow, okay. Alright then. Let's go with +1. Prevent all damage from Sterling Grove. How about a Kelpie Guide? And now, let's attack in with an 8/8. And the shark tokens are not enchantments. Notably. Alright, let's go green here. We'll go blue on the shark token. And now we can hold up rewind in case they have a way to deal. Alright, they go that, we go ether, or we go, yeah, that's what I meant. Heroic Intervention. We could really use a Thassa here, man. The one that gives everybody, it can give unblockable. Okay, whatever just happened. Hold on. Alright, they're making a lot of stuff. None of it has Island Walk or Flying. $11 green mana. Alright. Alright, they're making a lot more stuff. Alright, we're going nuts now, aren't we? I guess this is what we get. This is what we deserve for playing Stormtide Leviathan. Alright, it's our turn, finally. And we find a growth spiral. You gotta be kidding me, man. Alright, well, -1. What do we get? Okay, now we're talking. Now we are talking. Alright, now we can do things. So number 1, we get rid of the Sterling Grove. Oh no, okay, well, that's an ancient tomb on the battlefield. That's fine, it's fine. I don't think we have any way of dealing with this. Alright, well, we get in there for 8 damage. They deal 8 to our face. Wow, okay. Well, I think we're in trouble. They're about to draw a ton of cards. And I don't know. I'm just not even doing it, man. Because they can then tap Sanctum Weaver for all that mana. And we're just drawing nothing but lands and mana rocks. Well, all we needed was one bounce effect. And they weren't attacking, so we couldn't use the Aetherize because the Stormtide Leviathan was keeping them from attacking. Oh, man, it'll buff out. Yeah. All right, come on. We can fit in one more game. I know we have time for it. Let's close out on a high note. Let's do things that only Arixmethes can do. We have yet to be able to do the tappy untappy thing because we keep on getting hosed. All right, up against Tovalar, Dire Overlord. This is the werewolf guy that draws cards. Yeah. Yep. And they deal combat damage, draw a card. And then draw more cards. Alright, I like this. We'll do this. I think the unstoppable plan could probably go. I would probably take that out. Initially, I was going for like an infinite merfolk thing with Deep Root Pilgrimage. And unstoppable plan seemed pretty good, but it's only all right now if you have like Kiora's Follower or one of the other guys in your hand to untap this guy with. Alright, well, I don't really care that much about the Young Wolf, so we'll go Temple of Mystery. This guy, Forensic Researcher. Okay, now Unstoppable Plan looks a lot better. It was all part of the plan, you see. Alright. Goblin Anarchiomancer. Wonderful. Alright, well, I think they probably cast their commander here, right? Oh, why wouldn't you? Cursed Mirror? What? Well, that happens to be a creature. At the moment, so we didn't have to give them a tap fish for that. They bushwhacked. Alright, alright. Okay, we have to keep the wash away up now, don't we? What you thinking? They go for the Cursed Mirror again. We'll just counter it. Alright, they go for the Commander. Nice. Alright, now when they get the card draw going, draw your card. We're going to go with our Commander. We have a lot of 3-drops. What is going on? 3 and 4 drops. Crazy over here. Oh, the Signets came, by the way, if you didn't know that. We got Signets now on Arena. We're fancy. Alright, we are down to 12. This is getting a little bit ridiculous. But we do have a Starwinder. You're telling me there's a chance. There's a chance. Alright, let's go blue-green Forensic Researcher. And take that. Heuristic Study. And I think we're just dead. But we'll see. Alright, well, that didn't go as planned, did it? The Gruul Signet strikes again. Alright, well, we got a Kiora's Follower to replace, and we're dead. Oh my goodness. That unfortunate note is going to conclude our challenge ourselves by building a commander with a land. And that's how that turned out. It was kind of cool, I gotta say. My favorite deck now. But it's interesting to play with. It really is. It really makes you think about the possibilities of where Commander could be. We can play a land for Commander. Now we can play vehicles as Commanders. What's next? We have Planeswalkers as Commanders. I guess I want... Oh, we have enchantments as Commanders. The Prismatic Bridge. What can I say? Anything can be a commander. Next, I want a token commander. I want a token commander. That's what I want on my wish list for 2026 bingo card. That's going to do it for us. You guys love one another. Be cool. Don't be a jerk. Have fun playing Magic the Gathering. We'll see you next time.